Suck it, nerd.
Doing another beach culture podcast. I'm here with my good friend Alex Kutsy, Sasha Kutsy. Go ahead and introduce yourself if you'd like.
Yep. Sasha, a.k.a. Rockstar Kutsy. Everyone calls me Kutsy, mostly on the beach. Been in St. Pete Beach for a while. Since 1999, I've been venturing down to Florida and finally made it a home 2001. So been hanging out, playing volleyball. I introduced Vince to actually the Undertow was the first time we went down there and played volleyball.
No, the first time you introduced me to that, but the first place we met was actually Siesta Key.
Yeah, Siesta Key.
Just balling out. We were out there on the beach.
Yeah.
I was trying to get a game. I think I just moved there maybe like a month before that.
Yeah.
And I think the Lenardis were playing.
Yeah.
It's like Brett Becker and some of the old guys, some of the old school players that you like, if you had to know them to get into the group and you had hung out with them or played with them or whatever, and you're like, you want a ball? And all of a sudden they're like, we just won straight bang, 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 bang. We won like 5-6 straight.
Yeah. We gelled really quick and easy, and we didn't really talk too much. It was just kind of like straight ball control. And
then you're like, what are you doing tonight? I got a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I gotta go home. You're like, you ever heard of this place called the Undertow?
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. You're like, it's just right over the bridge. And so
Yeah.
we went to the Undertow and showed me. And at that point, they had, I don't know if they had 3 or 2 courts, and they added the 3rd court.
Yeah, they had the 3 courts, and the way it worked at the Undertow is you started on the 3rd court, and if you won there, you would move to the 2nd court, obviously. And if you won on the 2nd court, you make it to the main court, and that's where like the big party was around, and all the obviously the high end big players would always be on the 1st court winning. But if you lost on the 1st court, you went back to the 2nd court.
Yeah.
But if you lost on the 3rd court, you'd have to put your flip flop back in town. So for all those people who don't know what the flip flop is, it's how you keep track of who's next.
If anybody plays in North Shore, they do the same style there with a workup court. But this was like a daily mecca, and they used to have breakfast at the Undertow.
Yeah.
So we show up at the crack of dawn, and then we wouldn't go home. I mean, I dated a couple of girls there, so I wouldn't go home until like almost close, like 1:30, 2 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
That was the place. That was the spot.
No, one-stop shop.
The Undertow is still there.
Yep.
But it's just not the same.
Yeah.
And I tell people, like, we used to have 30 flip-flops here.
Yep.
And hang out all day. There used to be live reggae music, I think, on Sundays. It used to be like an islandy vibe, and they just changed it up. It's just volleyball players seem to screw up everything good, because volleyball players are notoriously cheap. They are.
Yeah.
We want everything for free, but then we complain when the good thing disappears. Or so, like the biggest problem at the Undertow for the owner was people bringing coolers. Repeatedly, you tell them stop bringing coolers. I mean, they were cool if you bring in water and shit, but when you started bringing coolers with beer and liquor and hiding all that stuff, that's when they started getting angry.
Yeah.
And then it just ruined something good. So then we moved. Well, then you introduced me to Krabby Bill's, which is on the causeway by the Tampa airport. That used to be fun too. So that's when I was kind of introduced to your events. I think that's when I realized what Rockstar was. What made you like initially want to? Was it just fall in your lap that you're going to start doing tournaments? Did you start small tournaments and be like, dude, I can do something a little bit more organized? Or like, what kind of made you want to like open up Rockstar Promotions, Rockstar Beach, whatever?
So obviously I've been, playing in volleyball tournaments since Rich's volleyball tournament, EEVB. East End in, in New York. I grew up in Queens, New York. So that's where East End, headquarters were. So we started playing out there, and then I started playing in Florida, and his tournaments are great. Competition is great. I felt like I needed more of a party atmosphere to add to it. And obviously while I was playing volleyball, I was kind of supporting me traveling and paying registrations and things like that by bartending. So I was in the nightlife industry,
right?
Whether it was a club or a bar. So, and then I would travel and play in
wake up
tournaments.
early or not go to sleep at all.
Exactly. Sometimes I'd close the club down from bartending and get out of there at 4 o'clock and literally just
start driving.
So playing in his tournaments, and I just felt like I wanted more of a party atmosphere. And then
in your backyard.
Yes, I was friends with the owner of Rockstar Energy Drink, and I've done events with him, and he let me hold that Rockstar that name and create Rockstar Promotions. Having the tattoos, having the image, and kind of went hand in hand. And then I was playing also in the SSOVA tournaments at the time when Sam Sabrone owned it.
Right.
And there wasn't a lot of tours like there are now. I feel like the market is very saturated right now. But back then it was very, I think there was like 2 or 3 tours.
There's a gap in Florida for a pro tour.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to build something. I would love to have an 8-stop Florida pro tour.
Yeah. No, that would be amazing.
It's a need. There's so many good, talented players down here, and everybody just looks at the AVP in California and the West like they're the dominant ones, and nobody can handle the heat or the athleticism down here. Yeah, I think when these California teams come and play in this 95-degree, 90% humidity, they can't handle it.
Yeah.
So we're built a little bit different, and I think we're a little bit we're very much more Florida. We're a little bit rough around the edges. And I think that gives us a different edge and a different moxie. So you got the Phil Dollarheisers, the Nicholas Senas, there's a couple girls teams that are dominating right now. Of course, we're going to have Thais going up in the future, but we need to have a pro tour in Florida. So that's my goal in the next 2028. I would love to have a pro tour going around Florida.
Yeah, it needs it. There's a lot of solid players that live in Florida that travel outside of Florida to get those tours. So if it's local and it travels from East Coast to West Coast of Florida, would be something hot, But
so what was I had so many memorable times at Krabby's. And this isn't Krabby's on St. Pete Beach. This is Krabby's in Tampa. This is where right across from what's the place now? It's Joe's.
It's
something
the
Joe's.
Crab Shack, right?
Something. Yeah, well, it was Water, and Water got torn down.
Well, yeah, so it was Krabby Bill's, and originally they had the tennis courts there, and then they put in the volleyball courts. So there was 3 volleyball courts with a stage.
And there was always a women's court and 2, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where Rockstar Promotions, which is the company, but then we opened up Rockstar Beach, which is just the volleyball tour, and it started in 2008 at Krabby Bill's with 3 courts. Just 3 courts. We started doing tournaments there and literally started from nothing. I remember just borrowing some equipment and, having some tournaments. I got a sponsorship with Krabby Bill's. They gave me some hotel rooms. They gave me some tabs, and it kind of started from scratch. And then everybody was having a great time. We had live music there. We had bikini contests there.
Fun.
And it was not only the volleyball tournament, but it was a volleyball event.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what my focus is to have an event with volleyball in it instead of just volleyball. And I think that's where my focus was. And then it grew and kept growing to the point where obviously we couldn't have it on 3 volleyball courts. And that's when we started hitting the beaches and, having volleyball tournaments all over Florida. Sometimes we moved around outside of Florida, but it became very successful. It was fun. And the great part about that time when I was having volleyball tournaments, Vince, is that all the tournament directors were on the same page, man.
Yeah.
Everybody got along. We would have meetings. No, we were having meetings literally monthly and be like, hey guys, what can we do to grow the sport? What can we do to better the schedule? Okay, you're having a tournament on this date in this area. Okay, cool. Then I'm going to be here on this date.
Right.
And we didn't step on each other's dates. And I think that is what we're missing nowadays, man.
Yeah, there's lack of respect in it, but it's all about money. You follow the dollars. And also, a lot of these tours aren't being ran by actual volleyball players.
Yeah.
They're people that see dollar signs and financiers, and they try to monetize it, but they don't know anything about how the players think or how they want a tour to run. So if you could change that mindset, I think that everything else will change. And I know that I'm not going to get rich off of this, but I would like to make a healthy living off of just showcasing beach volleyball players. So that's the biggest goal.
Well, you got the love for the sport. That was the same thing for me. You know, I love the sport and I wanted to keep doing it. And it wasn't about the money. I think the money that you make at the volleyball tournaments was to give back to the purse, to the medals, the volleyballs, the permits, and how you truly make money in this business is by sponsors.
Yeah,
the sponsors is where you make the money.
Yeah.
The tournament is what pays the players and what runs the event.
Right, and then you get with a good product, people want part of it, and then that's how you should make your money.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's kind of the idea, and we're working with a couple of good people coming up with the Beach Culture Open. We have a mushroom drink. It's like a mushroom soda called Verve. They're coming out. We have Stretch Zone, which they're going to be stretching people, and we have an Asihi Bowl company coming out, which is awesome. Then we have the Players Party, which we're trying to revive because like we want the event. We want the event part of it. So there's a Players Party at a really cool big bar right around the corner. Cool Vibes, St. Pete. It used to be that location where there was that Russian restaurant. You remember that way back in the day, Russian Nights or whatever? Yeah. It's that same location, but it's a lot brighter and bigger and like more spread out. But they have like pool tables, games, that punching thing, that meter thing.
Yeah.
Really cool spot. We're gonna do BOGO, buy one get one, and then all the players are gonna get permanent 10% off, like local, because they want people coming when they're playing at Upham. So if you're a local, you can go there after you play and just get 10% off. Food, drink, whatever you want. So that's gonna be rad. Trying to change things. Okay, so I was trying to think of, so after Krabby Bill's, we did, I think PCI became our home. I know we did a few others down the beach.
Well, don't forget Hogan's, bro.
Oh yeah, Hogan's was right after Krabby Bill's.
And they that was great.
The shark on the roof.
Yeah. And then they had the mechanical shark.
They cut it down to 2 courts.
Yeah, but it was still a good time. I mean, you had Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart was always on site. You had Hulk Hogan, or rest in peace,
showing up every
he was a cool dude. He always stopped by, and he actually loved volleyball, and he would stick around and watch a lot of the volleyball players, and he actually threw down money for the purses. So he was a big part of volleyball when he owned Hogan's.
Give up some of those poolside rooms.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. I missed that part of the volleyball tournaments that we used to have. Yeah, it was Krabby Bill's. Then it was water. Then it was I think something else after that, and then water took over, and then they
made it that EDM hub.
Yes, which now obviously they
dirt.
Yeah, they just ripped everything down. By the way, there's going to be condo buildings there now.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, condo buildings. So
just more and just waterfront, just taken.
That's it.
That was a fun spot.
Yeah,
I had a lot of fun.
And then Postcard Inn. So
I think I'm going to tell a story about that spot. And Jordan Gibson, if you're watching, sorry but not sorry. We used to do a lot of pranks on each other, and I think we'll say it's past limitations. So he parked. We all like to drink there and then get rides somewhere, or just keep our cars there for the night and then pick it up, or play Sunday and then pick it up. So we were drinking, and I needed something from his car, and I took his key card and I parked his car in a parking garage really close. You could see it, but I parked it on the top floor, and I forgot to tell him within time, and he called the cops and did a stolen car report.
I remember that.
And he was freaking out, and I had to wait till the cops left and take him aside. I'm like, yo, it's over there. He's like, freaked out. It was cool. It was a weird process because you have to call off a bolo for like a missing car, which is strange, but it was.
And I believe he just got that car.
Yeah,
it was like the Malibu, if I'm not mistaken. The Chevy Malibu.
But I think we took the joke too far. Nobody got hurt. It was all good.
It was all good. It was
fun.
He got his car back. But no, Postcard Inn's been great, and obviously they just renamed and remodeled their whole resort, which is beautiful. They're
was it loose?
Yeah,
loose.
Yeah, and they got like an old school pizzeria now, and they have a turtle bar, and they're waiting on a permit to open up or to build the tiki bar that's going to be in the back. So they're going to have all the music, and they're going to bring back the volleyball. We're just kind of waiting on that permit. So there will be volleyball there. We're just kind of waiting on that. But the place is beautiful. If you have a chance, check it out. So that's coming in the future. I think by winter time, everything's going to be popping again over there. So
yeah, maybe we could have a couple some events there.
Yeah.
But
we do have a great event coming up next weekend at Upland Beach.
So I did do a video that everything expect. I would love to see a lot of these pro teams sign up. This is really just a showcase for volleyball players. We're trying to do volleyball first, athletes second, and then all that noise third. Everything else, other than the culture, we want to bring people to the beach culture. My biggest thing is everybody's getting stuck into these parks because they have lights, because they have all these things, but they're losing the idea of what originally beach volleyball was all about. It's about the hang, it's about the culture, it's about being actually on the beach. And it would be really easy to just completely do all my events. I have lights, I can do them whenever in a park, but there is no vibe, there is no energy. There are girls in sports bras and bikinis, guys in full-fledged workout outfits. Nobody's in their beach shorts and their bikinis, and there's no coolers full of beer and fun, shit talking, and all the fun stuff that comes with actually having a tournament on the beach. So that's the goal, is to bring everything back to the beach, away from the parks. None of this stuff. The stuff that I grew up loving was all actually on the beach with just passerbys and commoners. You're not going to get a lot of those passerbys in a park, in a woodlawn park, which is you kind of just go there. So
well, that's why it has the word beach in it. It should be played on the beach.
Well, they like messing around saying sand volleyball, and then whatever. We're trying to bring it back to the beach and the culture and stuff like that. So hopefully a lot of people will sign up for both Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to play Sunday, the single elimination. I'm going to find somebody to play with, but I love this guy.
Yeah.
It is single elimination, so it's $50 a team, and it's just a bracket, all levels, and the top two teams will split the winnings, 80% payout.
Yeah. Looks like Rocky wants to play some volleyball.
Dude, that's so awesome.
This is the mascot for Rockstar Promotions, Rocky.
His head's almost as big as the ball.
Yeah, he's got a big old head. I think I might
get a teammate.
I might play. I think I'm going to play because I like it because it's single elimination.
It's a match.
Yeah.
So you're playing 2 games guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if you've been talking shit, or if you have a vendetta, or if you want to see how you play with somebody that you might play with the next weekend, it'd be a good way to just play a fast tournament. And if you play well together, then you come back with some cash, which is pretty cool. So instead of doing juniors, I don't really like catering to juniors. Juniors play our event, but you're going to be considered as a amateur, or we're not going to treat you like juniors. So if you do sign up and play our events, you're going to put into your level, and then that's cool. But we're not going to cater to having a juniors event. I just think there's plenty of other avenues to do that. Sign up if you're good enough, obviously. But this is just an event for just all out volleyball players. One of the biggest things too that I'm concentrating on is if you win a certain level, say if you win A, the next event I'm going to keep down your name. You're not allowed to play A anymore. You have to play the next division. But my goal is to give you free entry to the next event. So you can't play that same level. You can't park out in that same level and keep winning balls and keep winning merchants, dice, and stuff like that. You win, you have to get to the next level and compete at the next level, so you get another chance to up and comers playing in every other level.
I agree. I mean, you should want to do that.
Yeah.
As a player that wants to, get to the next level.
There's other leagues that just have teams that just get the finals every weekend, the same level, and I don't want to see that. So there are, once again, if you would like to play ball like that, almost like league ball, go ahead. There's other avenues to play in that, but we want you guys to aspire to get to this pro level. get to the open level where you're on that main stage, getting treated like the pros that you are. We'll be wrapping up, but the big thing, let's talk about one of my favorite events, and it is coming up faster than we think. It is going to be the Rants to 2026.
That's my favorite time of the year, man. I love it. Yeah, so we're about to launch it. It's the 16th year anniversary. Really excited about it.
What's it for? First of all, it's a stroke awareness.
Stroke awareness. Rance Jones, rest in peace. Live simple, play hard. It's the 16th year anniversary. We're actually, pretty much, the same age. He turned 50. I just turned 50. We're looking forward to this 16th year anniversary. We're having it at Lido Beach. It's going to be November 8th and 9th. Obviously, the 7th will be the pre-party. It's going to be on Lido Beach. We're going to have the same setup that we had last year. We're going to have a full bar at the beach. We're going to have all kinds of giveaways and vendors. We're going to have vendor village. It's going to be amazing. We're working directly with the mayor's office, the city of Sarasota and Sarasota County. And we're really looking forward to it. I got my boy Vince here is going to be helping run things, and Dougie Fresh from the East Coast. So we're really looking forward to a lot of East Coast support. But we are going to be bringing the Rants back to the East Coast to Deerfield in 2026 in November, and we're going to have two of them. We're going to have one in the fall in Deerfield, and then we're going to have one in Lido during the summertime. So we're going to have two.
Nice.
In 2027.
Next year.
Yes, next year.
Cool.
So we are bringing it back to Deerfield, but registration will be open soon. We have the permit already. We have the liquor license already. We have great hotel discounts. We're going to be working with the Opal Group again. They're a big sponsor of the Rockstar tour for the last 6 years. I'm very happy to have them a part of the team. But we're going to be at the Lido Beach Key Resort and the Cirque Hotel this year. So, November 8th and 9th, Rants Classic 2026 Stroke Awareness for Rance Jones.
One thing I would like to do is one of the premier teams, say Jeff Samuels was a premier team last year. I would love to track from Thursday on, just do a video series of following maybe one or two of the main teams.
Yeah.
And just following them, how they prepare for a tournament from Thursday all the way to Sunday, something like this, and make it really, really good, a fun thing for the channel.
Yeah.
As well as just so you get an inside look of what the Rant is. It's a really, really fun event. Everybody comes out, and it's just it's a really good hodgepodge of different styles of volleyball, and seeing how you adjust with different styles of volleyball. And you get to see a lot of really cool beaches, which Lido Key is beautiful. I can't wait to get back to Lauderdale. That side of the state is awesome too, and there's some really good talent over there.
And Deerfield, I lived in Deerfield for 5 years, and it's such a tight niche community there.
Yeah.
You can literally go out there any day, most of the time, and catch some really good volleyball players out there constantly balling. So, tight niche community out there on the East Coast, and we're looking forward to having this Rance Classic here on the West Coast this year, and then bringing it back there next year. So
that's cool.
Yeah,
awesome. Other than that, go hit up my website of volleyballculture.com. You can get all the cool merch. I did actually just make a trash talk edition. I think I'm going to continue with those. I'm getting pretty good responses from that. I got the Suck It Nerd shirt up there, and then I said serve the ugly one shirt. Both of them are on my website. If you want to go on there and support the cause, don't forget to come out to the Beach Culture Open August 8th and 9th. Registration is open now. Can't wait to see all your faces out on the beach. You got anything else to share?
Just check out our next tournament next weekend. Check out rockstarbeaches.com for the full schedule, and hope to see you guys at the Rance Classic this year.
Thanks, dude.